Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany and this is my face, and we are getting ready for a film premiere today, which is super exciting. We also got some pizza rolls because when you're running late you have to eat and do your makeup at the same time. I prepped my skin with Must Do and One Drop Wonder already, which is giving me like this very lovely moisturized glowing finish situation, but I also wanted to go in with the Photo Finish primer water just to get everything really nice and ready. Now we're taking the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in Mont Blanc and my Blunderful sponge, and I'm just blending that all over my face. Then after I do like the initial get everything covered situation, I'll take a little bit more and I'll mainly apply that on my cheeks and then on my nose. My nose has not wanted to hold on to any foundation recently, and I don't know why. That has never happened to me before. It is the strangest thing. So if you guys have any like life tips for me, help me out. That would be pretty wonderful. Now we have the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. I'm gonna run this underneath my eyes, my eyelids, down my nose, chin, forehead, you know, just like the basics because we're highlighting, but I also want to add some extra coverage, and I just absolutely love the finish of this stuff. So yeah, just blending that out with the Blunderful sponge, making sure there's not any like weird creases. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm taking the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and the 01 Limelight brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and like set my under eyes. But then once I do the initial set, after that, I'm taking the Blunderful sponge and packing on some more powder, kind of doing like a mini bake situation, but nothing too crazy. And then setting my eyelids and my smile lines just because those crease like crazy. And then I'm going in with even more powder on that same 01 brush and just packing it on everywhere and then kind of like smoothing it out. Oh, I got a pizza roll. Gotta have a pizza break. Here I'm showing you guys I wiped off my hands so that way I'm not just throwing more grease on my face. Gotta stay hydrated to have that natural glow, you know. Speaking of a natural glow, that segue, going in with the Morphe R2 brush and the Perfect bronzer from Limelight. I'm bronzing up my skin. Then the butter bronzer, I'm going in with this just because it's a little bit cooler, so I'm kind of doing like a cheek contour. But then because I was like, what is time, I don't need to go anywhere, I took the Ulta matte bronzer in the shade Cool and that little awesome brush from ELF and did like another level of some contour. Like it's not like hardcore contour, but just shading just a little bit, just to make me look a little bit more chiseled. For that film premiere though, pizza roll, so good. They're like these, like you take crescent rolls and then you put some like marinara sauce and cheese and stuff. You can have like pepperoni in there and it's a real good time. 10 out of 10 recommend. I got distracted. I'm doing my eyebrows now with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. And as you guys can see, like with all of this, I didn't want to keep it in real time, but I did want to keep the full clip of me doing this stuff in here just so you guys could see that it does take a little bit of time to do this. I feel like this is one of those things that like you kind of get discouraged if you don't get it in like a minute. But depending on how much of a perfectionist I really want to be that day will determine how long all of this actually takes me. After doing my brows, I will set all of it in place with the clear brow gel, and then I'll go back in with that spoolie and just kind of shape them up exactly how I want to be. Look how flawless this brow is. And then you got this one over here. Like, that happens sometimes. So I tried to go in and just define the bottom line a little bit more, but you know, it is what it is. You roll with it. It's as good as it was gonna get. That other brow though, is fantastic. Guys, it's time for eyeshadow now, and I am so excited. This is my first time using the Morphe 35F palette, and it just looks so beautiful. Got the row of mattes on the bottom, and then everything else is shimmer. They don't have a matte, just like pale shade on there, so I went in with the shade Cream Boat from Limelight and set all over my eye, like up to my eyebrow. This is just gonna make it a lot easier to blend in all those other shadows later. In that third shade on the bottom row in a Morphe M433 brush, I'm just gonna blend that starting on my outer corner, and then as I use product, blending that into my actual crease. That is gonna act as our transition shade, so I want that to be like nice and blown out and soft. Then taking the fifth shade on the bottom row, I'm basically doing the same thing with the exact same brush, and I'm just deepening that up a little bit. So I'm keeping this a little bit lower, a little bit tighter, but still applying the most product on the outer corner, and then as I use the product, blending that into my actual crease once again. For this next step, I used the Morphe M330, which I'd never used before, and to be completely honest, it wasn't really the right brush for this, but I took the black shade in the palette and just put that on my outer corner. I very quickly was like, bump this, and I went back to my trusty M433 brush and did the exact same thing. You can just see that it's applying a lot more product, and because of like the point that this comes to, I'm still able to like keep it in a pretty concentrated space. Why do I look so suspicious eating that roll? That didn't even make a little bit of sense. Anyways, doing the shimmer now. I was having a really hard time deciding which colors I wanted to do, but I ended up taking that last shade on the very top row. I wanted to try this product without the brush being wet. A lot of times shimmer shades, as you can see, perform so much better when they are wet or if you use your finger. I did okay on a dry brush, but I did like the effect that spraying Fix Plus on my brush first gave these, but I really, really liked how much the shadows would pop whenever I applied it with my finger. So that ended up being my favorite way to be able to apply these. I rambled, what else is new? But you guys saw that I also took the third shade on the top row and applied that in my inner corner to give a little bit of a gradient. Now I just took that plain fluffy brush to blend those two shades together a little bit more, and then the Morphe M433 I was using earlier with no new product to blend the crease with the shimmer. Now for the Stila Magnificent Metals. I love these things. This is in the shade Kitten Karma, and then that is the Morphe M213. It's just a tiny C-shaped brush, which is perfect for this. I first applied that initial dot to give a base, blended it out, and then took the rest of the product on the back of my hand and applied it, so that way I could be really, really precise with each little sparkle. For the lower lash line, I took that transition shade that we initially used and just ran that all over with a fluffy brush. So here I'm defining my lower lash line using that flat definer brush. It's the Morphe M432. I love this so much. First, I took the fifth color on that bottom row, pressing it all along the lower lash line to the middle, and then I took the black, just pressing that on the outer corner. Now I'm taking the E36 and that third and fifth shade in the palette, mixing them together to blow all of that out on my lower lash line. So that way it keeps it like nice and smoky and there's not any harsh lines. Once again, with that Morphe M432, instead of taking the time to do like a winged liner or liquid liner or gel, whatever, I'm just going in with the black eyeshadow and defining the tops, and then I went back to the bottom just since I had smoked that out. I wanted it to be a little bit darker on the outer, so I just pressed that black shadow in the outer corner again. Wiped away fallout, and now we are moving on to the Benefit Highbrow. This stuff is so lovely, and I've been using it, I don't know, like the past couple of months, but I just put it on the high points of my eyelid, my eyebrow, however you look at it. You guys saw where I put it. And then I just rub it out with my finger. Then I take the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light and I put that in my waterline. This just, since we did like a smoky look, this keeps my eyes nice and open and wide and just looks so fresh and so clean. Now I'm taking that R2 fluffy brush and that first shade. I just wanted my lower lash line to be even smokier, so I used that. Now I'm using the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. This stuff I kind of have a love-hate relationship with, because there's some days I can just throw it on and it's so wonderful, but then there's some days, and this is one of those days, to where it just gets a little bit clumpy because it's like too wet of a mascara, if that makes sense. So what I ended up doing, because I was having a hard time with it today, is I took my Perfect Mascara from Limelight. I'm not just saying it like that's the name of it. It's like Perfect Mascara, like that's the title. And I used that to blend out any of those clumps and just lift my lashes. And I feel like you guys can already see like the difference that made. It definitely helped it. Delana or Tim, who just coughed? Delana and Tim are here. Hi.
Hey.
Now I'm wiping away the fallout from that little situation. Wiping off my lips, getting all the foundation off of it, going in with the classic chapstick. I'm pretty sure this is in cake batter. Now, guys, this blush palette, this is the BH Cosmetics Nude Blush Palette, and this thing is amazing. There's a few of these shades I haven't actually used yet, but I paid like $4 for this palette because it was like 50% off at Target one day. Someone just turned on a computer! What is this? What is this? What am I doing? Oh my gosh. What am I doing now? I'm putting on highlight. This is the Balm Cosmetics Mary Luminizer, and I just layered this on a good bit with this Morphe brush. This highlight combined with how I prepped my skin earlier gave me such a beautiful glow. You guys, there's a picture like at the very, very end of this that you guys will see. I was glowing in the dark because my highlight and the glow of my skin was so real. Now I'm applying the MAC Cosmetics lipstick in Honey Love. This is my first time trying this lipstick, and I really liked it a lot because it was just like a good basic light nude lip. I meant to line my lips first, but forgot. So I just went ahead after I applied the lipstick and went in with the Subculture lip pencil and just kind of outlined the outside of my lips to sharpen all of that up. This is the Bare Minerals lip gloss in Totally. I love this lip gloss so much. It's so good. And I think that it just paired really, really nice with this look. Guys, that's the tutorial. It got a little crazy there at the end, me explaining everything. But if there's anything I missed in the voiceover, I feel like I definitely showed it to you guys. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I had all intentions of curling my hair to go to this. It was like a film premiere, but it was also kind of like a mini film festival thing that we went to. It was a lot of fun. It was a really good time. Yeah, I had all intentions of curling my hair, but I was running out of time. So I just got some shots of this final makeup look real quick, and then I ran out the door. So that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!